the falcon and the flame. In the golden hush of desert light, I ride alone through fading night. The stars, like ancient lanterns burn, each one a promise, you'll return. My falcon flies, a shadow bold, through stories etched in dunes of gold. Its wings recall your touch, so dear. Did a brush of wind that brought me near. You were the flame I couldn't tame, too wild for walls, too strong to name. Your eyes held storms, your breath held fire. You were both torment and desire. We met where silence kissed the sand. Two wandering hearts, no promised land. Your voice, a song without regret. Still plays in places we once met. I tried to hold your blazing light, but love like fire avoids the night. Still in my dreams, you softly glow, a heat the desert sands still know. The camels pass in solemn lines, their bells like mournful, distant chimes. That I follow trails where none exist, chasing mirage through morning mist. I've spoken prayers to skies above, tied knots in air with threads of love. But heaven stays a silent dome, and I remain forever home. Not home in place, but home in thought, where all we shared remains unwrought. Your name I write in shifting sand, that it fades, but still it's carved by hand. You were the river in my drought, the only truth I never doubt. My fire, my storm, my breath, my sky. You taught me how to burn and fly. The nights are long, but stars don't lie. They hold your smile in twilight's eye. And when I close my eyes to sleep, you come in dreams I vow to keep. Though I ride alone, but never lost. Though love has paid a heavy cost. For what is love, if not to wait, with open arms and silent fate? The falcon circles, faithful still, day ghost of you, through every hill. And I, your poet, lone and true, burn in the flame that once was you. How my storms bend when she walks in the room, how I drop my pride just to keep her heart calm, even when my mouth wants to fight. He sees all that, and I think it scares him, not because he hates her, but because he knows I'm not like him. I'm not built to stand half in, half out. When I choose all the way. So today he asked me something crazy. If she asked you to pick her or us, I didn't answer right away. I just sat there looking at my own hands, thinking about all the nights I told myself it'd never come to this. Thinking about how she never once asked me to pick, but how my chest knew it always would. Because love like this doesn't fit inside the lines they drew for me when I was too young to fight back. Love like this makes you break your own safe to protect something bigger. And sitting there across from the same man who taught me to stand tall, I realized he didn't really want an answer. He wanted a lie. He wanted me to say, no, Dad, I'd never choose her over you. But that's not my truth. So I looked up and all I said was, you really want to know? And he didn't speak. He didn't nod. He didn't push. He just sat there, quiet, waiting to see if his son would fold or stand. And maybe my answer will break something. Or maybe it'll build something better than what we're pretending to protect. So there I was, sitting in front of him, feeling that silence stretch between us like a tight rope. He didn't move, didn't clear his throat, didn't soften what he'd asked. It just hung in the air. If she asked you to pick her or us, who do you stand for? And my mind was spinning because you know what? This was never about her making me choose. She never looked me in the eyes and said, pick me or them. She's never put that weight on my chest. She's never wanted me to lose my roots, just to hold her hand. But he can't see that. To him, love like this means losing something. A son's loyalty, a family's name, the picture-perfect line they worked so hard to paint for the world. So I sat there, staring at my own hands, thinking about how far we've come, how many times I swallowed my truth just to keep the peace, how many nights I'd walk out of her arms just to sit at this same table and pretend my heart wasn't somewhere else. And maybe he thinks that's love, bending for him, staying small for him, putting his pride above my own truth. But I'm done pretending my stand is soft when it comes to her. So I looked up at him, and for the first time in my life, I said something I knew would break his chest, just like it broke mine to say it. Dad, she would never make me pick. But if you're asking me now, if you're saying I have to stand on one side or the other, then I stand where my truth is. He didn't like that answer. I could see it in the way his eyes dropped. He thought I'd bend. He thought I'd soften and say, no, Dad, you first. Always you. But the man who taught me to stand tall taught me too well, because now I stand even when it means standing alone. I told him, you can hate it. You can push me away. You can close every door you opened for me since I was a boy. But if you think I'll stand small for you just to lose what makes me real, you don't know me as well as you think you do. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't fight. I just told him the truth he didn't want to hear. And that truth was simple. She never asked me to pick, but if life forces me to, my heart already decided long before he asked. And my answer, it's not what he wanted, but it's the only stand that feels right in my chest. After I said it, after I let my truth land in that quiet room, he just sat there, not angry, not shouting, not breaking plates or throwing words like knives, just silent. And somehow, that silence cut deeper than anything he could have said. He looked at me like he didn't know whether to be proud or disappointed. Like part of him respected my stand, but the other part wished I'd stayed small enough to never make him feel this torn. I know what he really meant by asking it. He was testing me, testing if the boy he raised would bend when family pride got heavy, testing if I'd fold my backbone to fit back into the same old picture, quiet son, clean name, no storms to make the neighbors talk. But here's the thing, I've spent too many nights choosing quiet when my chest was screaming for real. Too many nights leaving her arms just to sit at this same table and pretend I wasn't already hers in every way that mattered. I'm done pretending. I'm done shrinking my truth just because it makes the dinner talk easier. I'm done acting like love should come second to the same people who taught me to fight for what's mine. He asked, would you pick her if she made you choose? But what he doesn't get is, she never would. She's the only thing in my life that's never asked me to drop a piece of myself to keep her soft. She'd rather leave than watch me break myself in half just to keep her close. That's what makes her worth it. So I told him, you think this is about picking her or you, but it's not. It's about picking what's real or staying fake just to make you feel right. He shifted in his chair, didn't say a word, didn't look at me, because deep down he knows I'm right. Deep down he knows I'm just doing exactly what he taught me. Stand for your truth, no matter who hates it. It's just different when your own son uses that lesson to stand against the rules you thought would never crack. So I sat there waiting for him to speak, but he didn't. And maybe that silence was his answer, or maybe it was his way of telling me this stand is mine alone now. And I gave him my answer, even if it broke his chest to hear it. After he asked it, and I answered, There was no storm, no shouting, no slamming doors. Just that heavy quiet that tells you everything you need to know about the distance. That's now sitting between two people who used to share the same roof. He stood up first, didn't look at me for a second. He just